Okay, so I think I missed something. Thank you. Okay. All right. Today I'm going to talk about inertia from the point of view of social inertia. I'm going to talk about inertia in opposition to, sorry, something is not working. Perfect. Okay. I don't see. I don't see the image here, so it gets very complicated. Okay? I can see actually I don't see nothing. That's all. But I can entertain you meanwhile if you want. Okay, this is okay. I don't see the screen actually in there. All right. Okay. So tonight I'm going to talk about a social inertia, and the talk is going to be about motion as opposition to inertia. In this frame, I will try to develop my thinking in various ways. The first is about taking action, so doing things to contrast inertia. The second has to do with the stuff that I love, that I would like to share briefly with you tonight, which is the power of animation, the language of animation, to do things, to communicate. And finally, I'll try to reply to a question that maybe you are now asking yourself: how this can be interesting for me, and how it has to do with others. Before that, I need to confess one thing. I work with motion, as in Italy, where I live. I lead a university research lab. It's called Animazione Design, which means combining the tradition of animation with the power of visual design. So taking action, in social terms, taking action is the idea of activity, in contrast of the feeling of inertia we often have in front of huge things, such as the economic crisis or the environmental emergency. This is about people all around the world, in groups or in independent organizations, propose new ways of participation and take action. The world in which we live is very complicated, and it's getting more and more complicated. Things of different size, different areas of influence, and different domains are more and more interconnected. From one perspective, it really looks like the problems we're facing are too complex, too messed up, so that it's not even worth trying to change it. So let's have someone else think about it. It's not our job. On the other side, from another perspective, the world in which we live is getting really smaller. We have real access to a lot of information. We can see that there are new forms of sharing this information, of working with this information in real time. And so, therefore, there are new ways to shape new communities. Think about how things were 30 years ago. The way information would go to people was through a few very selected canals, the radio, the newspaper, the television. Now we have a totally different situation. We have a lot of different tools, very flexible. They are also portable. They come with us. Information are accessible all the time. They're ubiquitous. And this, in a way, offers new ways of being part of things. Okay. One example. The Story of Stuff is a 2007 project. It's an animated based problem, organized by an American group which was trying to build a community sensitive to environmental problems and also questioning the actual scenario of consumption. The project started as a movie that was hosted on a website, and we'll try now to see a piece of this movie.
We have more stuff, but we have less time for the things that really make us happy. Friends, family, leisure time. We're working harder than ever. Some analysts say we have less leisure time than any time since feudal society. And do you know what the two main activities are that we do with the scant leisure time we have? Watch TV and shop. In the US, we spend 3 to 4 times as many hours shopping as our counterparts in Europe do. So we're in this ridiculous situation where we go to work, maybe 2 jobs even, and we come home and we're exhausted, so we plop down on our new couch and watch TV, and the commercials tell us you suck, so you gotta go to the mall to buy something to feel better, and then you gotta go to work more to pay for the stuff you just bought, so you come home and you're more tired, so you sit down and you watch more TV, and it tells you to go to the mall again, and we're on this crazy work, watch, spend treadmill, and we could just stop. So in the end, what happens to all the stuff we buy anyway?
The project started with this very simple, or this is just a piece of it, a 20 minutes short animated video. The community today counts 750,000 people, almost 1 million people, and the film has been seen 40 million times. This kind of material, this way of presenting things is increasingly becoming a way to trigger awareness campaigns on a variety of topics and to build vast social platforms. And so some of these films have been seen really by millions of people all around the world. So now we're witnessing the emerging of this kind of campaigns that take advantage of a very smart, very clever use of social networking and accessibility. They use smartphones, smart devices in order to offer a real-time participatory backbone to these initiatives and helping very often through viral strategies to spread the word. So this is an example of the website of the project, which is the starting point with the video of new things. Second point is about the stuff that I like, that I'm passionate about, and I'd like to share a little bit this with you, as I'm a researcher and an educator in the university. And this is, as we said, animation. The idea of using the power of animated images in order to convey information, to talk about things which are not just entertainment, it's not new. It's been there since the beginning of cinema and the beginning of animation. This is a beautiful example by one of the leading British studios of animation, Halas and Batchelor, that worked with the UK government in the years during the war and after the war in order to promote big social projects. Now I'll show you a short excerpt from a video I like very much by an Italian team of designers and creatives, and it's about the mythical Olivetti firm. It's been a crucial thing in the history of design. And it's from 1960, so it's 55 years old, and it explains to the public of the 1960 how a computer works.
I fori vengono trasferiti sul nastro magnetico. La velocità della corsa dei dati nei circuiti del calcolatore è ora centuplicata. I dati raccolti nella memoria vengono quindi, secondo le esigenze, trattati, confrontati e elaborati nel gioco illimitato dei circuiti. I risultati di queste elaborazioni, milioni di risposte, vengono trasmessi su nastro.
I am very lucky because in my work I can combine work, research, with my passion, one of my passions, animation. So very often my work is watching animations on YouTube or on a computer, and some of my colleagues are very jealous because what are you doing? I'm watching, I don't know, Mr. Magoo. I'm working, leave me alone, I'm studying. So great animators, great visual designers, and also, I mean, just very good professionals have contributed to this effort, to the exploration of this extraordinary language in order to inform. Walt Disney, for instance, the studios, UPA, which has been a crucial studio in America, Mr. Magoo, it's one of their fantastic products, Hallis and Batchelor, which I mentioned already, or professionals such as John Sutherland, Henry Strauss, or famous designers, Pintori Giannini, the ones which I just mentioned, Italian, not USA, I got it wrong, and Charles Eames, for instance, the Eames studio, very important. So this potential, the idea of using this language to convey information, recently has been kind of rediscovered. And designers and communicators are started to use this system again. This is a very good example. It's also very well suited for the audience because it's about economics. And it's a very famous, actually one of the first examples of this new approach. The Crisis of Credit Visualized by Jonathan Jarvis, 2008. We'll see just a little bit of it.
So Wall Street takes out a ton of credit, makes great deals, and grows tremendously rich, and then pays it back. The investors see this and want a piece of the action, and this gives Wall Street an idea. They can connect the investors to the homeowners through mortgages.
Okay. So this idea of using motion, storytelling, narrative, graphics, typography, and combine it into a new form of communication really works, as I hope I'll be able to demonstrate. I'll show you another example of the story of stuff.
When people along the system get united, we can reclaim and transform this linear system into something new.
See, here you can see that basically there's an interaction between, like here, the actual speaker, which is presenting a story, and what happens in her explanation. It's visualized, and it's reinforced with diagrams that are animated and with typography.
Local living economies, it's already happening.
So it's a very original and new way to use things. I'll show you another example from RSA Animate. The key idea here is to have speakers, like today, presenting something, and then have a group, it's called cognitive media, that develop, I'm sure you've seen this, a visual script about what they say. They post-produce it and visualize the concept that the speaker has told to an audience.
It also makes us realize how some of the way we live our working lives today has sort of become outdated. It's become out of place for the kind of society that we live in. We're in a world now where productivity, the thing that we've been chasing for hundreds of years, is fast becoming the problem.
All right, so last one, this is the Mona Lisa of informative animation. It's just a fantastic product developed for the Girl Effect Com initiative by a very good American group. So why these two things, the stuff I like and this idea of social inertia can actually mix up and do something that maybe interests you or other people. And this is about what I call the emergence of informative ecosystems, a new way to actually communicate, to use the the actual scenario communication in order to address issues and reach people. The model is basically a campaign starter, somebody that has something to do and something to communicate, hires somebody to make one of these short animations. They work together, they design a very nice thing, they put it on the web, they advertise it, and then local interest group start seeing this thing and they feel that they are interested. A virtual community grows. All the tools we have today, the blogs, website, viral things, connect this into a system that becomes like an avalanche. And these short things become the center of huge networks of information. They direct to a website where you can download extra information, you can watch interviews and videos. All the information is organized as a system, as a network of things, not necessarily all together. And of course, the social network, the communication, the people that believe in this idea and want to do organized things give a great help in this. This is an example of the website where you can dig deeper, find things, organize a meeting, and become a promoter of this movement. Okay, what we did for 3 years was try to convert this idea into an educational project. So we took advantage of the Erasmus project, and we organized the intensive program Inform Animation back in Alghero. And these are some frames of the work that happened in 3 years in this experiment. We involved 80 students from different universities: Faro, Athens, Liverpool, Cardiff, Alghero, Madrid. Some of the veterans of this experience are in this room today, from TEI of Athens. Students coming from different backgrounds: animation, graphic design, communication design, journalism. 20 teachers and educators and some industry experts that came to visit. And we worked for 18 external non-profit associations, organizations, research centers and institutions that gave us problems, communication problems that we developed during the work with the students in 3 years, ranging from wildlife, cultural heritage, nanotechnologies, human rights, microcredit, sustainable development, a lot of topics. And all this stuff, of course, it's on the web, it's available. And we ended up producing more than 20 short animated informative films that in a way are a way to, I hope, show the potential of this system. So basically, the key thing here is that if we work and we have something to say, and we're able to capture the essence of a problem, to develop a story that can be very effective and very direct, and we use this with good design in order to reach people, to be effective on a communicative level, we probably can achieve the goal, which is try to shake this social inertia away, having people starting to find their own way into a new way to participate to things. Thank you.